test. Seems to be working. Let's see, am I live? Starting. Okay, so it worked on all three this time. Awesome. Yep, okay, so it seems to be working. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Hisame Artwork. Today I'm going to color page 88 from our comic book Niels Feynman's Time Traveling Adventures. And I'm just putting out the base colors. And I'm so glad I'm done with his old clothing. I had designed initially a really nice shirt and shorts for him because the action takes place in summer, both in his time and where he's going. But he kind of disguised himself as local. Kind of the colors that I've chosen were a bit too bland for my taste, but then again, color was pretty hard to get and a bit expensive in that time. Everything was pretty desaturated. And mostly because everything was kind of made out of wood, so wood is generally brown. A lot of the natural texture textiles are brown themselves. So there are just some colors that I couldn't have that much. I kind of figured, oh, we're gonna be in medieval times, I'm gonna have a lot of colors, because generally when you have science fiction you tend to have cyberpunk, and that's not always pretty colorful. Like the stereotype standard is gray, a dark blue, things like that. And I've watched a couple of video games set in medieval times that look very colorful and nice. Of course, they were more fantasy, so I kind of didn't think it through that much. When you have fantasy, you can go all out with the colors. But I actually wanted to do something a bit more realistic, and therefore I did not have all the colors that I wanted. I couldn't make certain things certain colors because it would have been weird. I mean, I already made bed sheets and bedspreads red or green, which, if I remember my grandparents where they lived on the farm, all of their stuff really wasn't that colorful either. So that kind of went a bit against my expectations of the color palettes that I would have. And I tried to be sneaky about it and kind of put in some colors in the shadows and the lighting, try and make stuff pop a bit more. But I didn't have the courage to go all out. I kept it a bit tame. I drank a bit of water. It seemed to me like my mouth was a bit dry and making a lot of noises. Weird noises. The air here in Michigan is fairly dry. Another thing I didn't expect. It is set in a swampy area, so I assumed it would be very humid all the time. And it's surprisingly dry. I guess it's because of the motion of the winds. Some people that have been living here for a long time seem to think that it's humid in the summer, but no. uh, it's pretty okay. I've felt much worse humidity. And I've actually talked to people from tropical areas and asked them if they think it's humid in the summer, and they were like, no, this is fine, like it's unbearable where we're from. And I was like, I figured as much, because where I come from as well, it can get pretty humid in the summer. What happens here, it's child's play. It's not really humid. It's okay. Everywhere else I've been in Europe, it seemed to me like the humidity was pretty much the same, so um, I was pretty surprised how much this impacts perception of heat and everything else. A lot of lines missing in here. I've done this so many times I now remember exactly where I have to copy paste all of these colors. It's pretty repetitive work, but that's how it is when you do comics or animation. Okay, I have to connect these at some point. And I want a thicker one here. I prefer to move the vector points than to erase and redraw. Oh, okay, need to make it smaller. I am drawing the right layer. I always draw on the wrong layer. Well, not always, but often enough that it seems to me like I always do this mistake. Okay, now I have to bust out the old character sheet. Hope I'm streaming okay. Gotta check the live stream. And I have one person watching. I think that's me or not me. It's pretty quiet today. I was hoping people would show up because I am going to change my streaming time again. And I was hoping to reach more people to make that announcement. I forgot to put his pant color there. But a lighter color would be better. Okay. His head was a lot bigger in the character sheets when I kind of look back on it. He has more realistic head size now, but it kind of looks more bigger because of that. It looks more teenage. I didn't even notice this until now. I think June didn't notice either. It's just one of those things, if you don't pay attention, it slips by you. And I don't think anybody else noticed either. I think the only time you can notice this kind of stuff is if you have all of the things in front of you and you can see it like, oh, okay. It looked like this, now it looks like this. And he had, I need to get his color page out as well. I want to get his eye color correct. And Marie's page. Pages color. Oh, and our color, it's purple. It's gonna be faster if I do it in Clip Studio Paint, so I wanna get all of those details as well. It's just so easy to color in this program. You just fill in the basic colors. It's so easy. Bad cat, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, bad cat. Kinda looks like a bad cat. I forgot on which country, if you want to say bat, it's flying mouse, because it kind of looks like a flying mouse. The bats that they have is not a flying fox, it's a flying mouse. They're pretty tiny and cute and fluffy. So when Batman came to that country, they translated it to Flying Mouse Man. Which just sounds adorable and not scary at all. I mean, uh, I was a villain in Batman and I would have, Flying Mouse Man come and stop me, I would be definitely less intimidated of the Flying Mouse Man. Okay, and now I gotta find some old pages where I have the green grass on front here. Oh, and I better not forget to tell June about the next page. Did I make any next page? 89. Yes, I did. I gotta explain some stuff to her. Oops. Do that at the end of the stream because I forgot to do it at the beginning. Okay, have sound. Dun, 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 dun. Funny enough, I'm so much faster at finishing this stuff when I don't have anybody in the chat to talk to, which is how things usually go. I think in chapter 248, they're in front of, yep, the door. I have the colors here. And this thing here is incorrect, so I need to fix some of the stuff here. I got the top-down view of the area wrong, and I'm pretty miserable about that because I don't really know how to fix it yet. I have some ideas on what I can do. This line here, it's gotta be a little bit more here. Come on, you can do it. Sometimes the zoom in Clip Studio Paint can be a pain. The enlarge feature. I'm not sure how to call it. Scale. There, I think that was it. And I gotta move that doorknob as well, because it's not where it's supposed to be. And I kind of think maybe I should have left the doors open. Door, sorry, not doors. I'll turn the fountain off for now, just so I can get the colors in there okay. Chapter 3, I had the thingy on top here, so let me just check that out. And it's day, so it's gonna be something more like that. Previous page. Wait, I drew in the previous page here, I think. No, before that. June got confused, didn't put the lines in the right place. In fact, I'll just erase it and I'll put the bush myself later on, because it's supposed to be kind of in the corner there. like there's a pathway and then there's dirt. Because it's mostly gravel, so you can just put a bush there. Okay, so I'm gonna pretty much end the stream here because this was a pretty simple page and I got all the base colors that I wanted. There's just some tiny little bits that I have to fill in, and those are not that exciting. So this is pretty much how page 88 is gonna be like. Still have to finish coloring and do the shading and highlights and lighting and the text. So that down, I'm gonna explain page 89 for June just so she has the recording, because it's easier to explain visually. So here Niels and Marie and Erwin are talking. Erwin brought a bunch of pages for Niels to collect in his backpack. Niels is concerned. They still have a bunch of pages to gather up. Marie says that, oh, at least, Newton numbered the pages, which isn't actually what happened, but because as you remember, this whole thing was a setup. And so they still need to collect the pages. Marie instructs Erwin to go on the roof and get the pages from there because he's the most agile of the three of them. So that's when Erwin goes and gets the pages from the roofs. As you remember, it's that ivy in the corner here of the house where he went the previous day. So that's the thing that I erased, and I'm gonna put it here in the corner because that goes all the way up to the roof. So then they come out through the front gate that they went in beginning of chapter 2. So this one here, it's gonna be like a bigger view of this one, so you'll need to expand on that gate with the line art. And then they are in the last panel in front of the house, which you have I think in maybe chapter 3, with the little girl. Trying to remember. There is page 55. So page 55, you have part of it here, and also in chapter 1 at the end. Here, so as you remember, there's the shed. That's where Erwin jumped off in chapter 3, and this is where they slept in chapter 1. And you have the tree. So here you have the tree, the shed, that stone framing that Erwin jumped over. And here you have Erwin on the roof collecting the pages that Marie sent him to collect. And here you have Niels. He's putting pages in his backpack, and he put his backpack in front of his chest, like some adults carry the baby, just because it's easier to put pages in the backpack if it's in front of your body. So that's it for page 89. I will send you page 90 pretty soon. So that was the end of the stream. Thank you for watching, and just a reminder, the time will change. From now on I will be streaming at 1 a.m. my time, so 1 p.m. my time, so 1 o'clock in the middle of the day, for 2 hours, unless I finish sooner. So that's going to be it for Wednesday and Saturday at 1 o'clock. That will be um, uh, 1 plus 6 for Italy. That will be 7 o'clock for Italy and 8 o'clock for Romania. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.